Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Unfairly back here with some more Marathon PvP content. Today we're going to be continuing in the subject of essentially clips where things didn't work out according to plan or wrenches got thrown into your game plan and you kind of had to adapt and survive so that you would ultimately be the ones that exfilled out of the game. So I got a couple of clips for you today, some ranked, some just regular games, but they were all within the last about week. Before we get into it, I just wanted to let you guys know that, again, we're over 400 members in the Marathon Masterclass Discord. If you ever want to come and look for a group, share your progress, or just hang out, chat with me, ask questions, the link is in the bio and in the description. Come and hang out whenever you guys like. So let's get into it here. So this is a ranked game on Outpost. That is the rotation in this previous week here. So we're going to come up on a team. We're going to recognize that we've only seen one, and so we're going to kind of do this slight tactical pause to try to gather any sort of information. We're going to start moving in, and again, we're doing the usual kind of three-pronged strat. So one person's going left, one's going middle, and then I'm going to elect to take the left route. I can tell instantly by the damage in the, I guess, quickness of which I received it, that was not an AI that shot me. I'm getting shot from a different position, and so I immediately take my cover, protect my hitbox, and evaluate the situation to get my teammates better information. Hopefully in the way of a tag. So teammate takes down one over there. They start pushing. But this is a big thing. It's kind of like we had our plan together to kind of push as a trio, but then I get sidetracked getting shot from someone who may be a part of this team but was kind of an outlier, not with the kind of core or the other two players. And so my teammates getting that one kill kind of start to push in a little bit aggressively when you didn't really hear the comms that they were going to be doing so, even after I expressed that there is someone else that's kind of unaccounted for in the fight and that they have a pretty compromising position on this, as you can see the damage I just took. And so I'm going to try to evade, knowing that I can't fight that fight realistically at low HP from a height disadvantaged position. So I'm going to try to run back to my teammates and see how we can play out this situation here. So I'm going to get both of them into my sight, and being that teammate, like we've talked about in the other videos, being that teammate who looks around. When your teammates are occupied with something, you're the one who looks around and listen. You need to take it upon yourself. If there's nothing there, you don't have to calm. But in this case, we have an entire another trio coming up on our back end, which is very common in Outpost and ranked in general. When people hear fighting, they're going to want to go over and take advantage of weak, distracted players so that they can potentially get 2 teams worth of loot easily. And so I'm going to instantly realize it is 3 people. I'm gonna shoot a little bit, knowing that I have no health. Even if you're full health, you should never ever ever be retaking a 1v2 or 1v3 gunfight, because you're gonna get instantly melted. So you can see in this case I instantly move away. I'm going to protect my hitbox as much as possible. I'm going to count on them not pushing because they don't know the situation. They know that we're in a fight. I'm waiting until I have enough smoke so I can safely heal and then get to my teammate. At this very moment, I am screaming to my teammate, A1 Delta. I'm telling him that, hey, there's another full team coming in to the originally team that we were fighting. We are sandwiched between 2 teams. We are going to be eliminated if we do not make the concerted effort to move ourselves out of the sandwich and become kind of like a third party ourselves instead of the main attraction. So I'm going to get just enough heals just to kind of start running. I'm kind of scared that they have thermals, so they would be able to beam me in the smoke. And you can see my teammate does the great thing. He gets kind of out of the sandwich, out of the middle of the fight, and I meet him there. So we're going to kind of sit here, evaluate, see if the other team aggressively pushes in, maybe takes advantage of the one knocked body that we had. We're going to kind of stick around a little bit, evaluate the situation, and grab our tags. And I just want to also let you know something that we've talked about a ton. Look at the crosshair placement here. I'm expecting to see where this person is, and because my crosshair placement is so ready for the shot, I'm able to instantly flick to this person because my crosshair is in a place where I'm ready to aim, ready to hit the target, and ready to make a micro adjustment.
Yeah, miss those shots.
Beautiful. Just an absolutely linear horizontal move.
That one. Thank you.
The minimum amount of correction needed for that aim and that shot, because my crosshair was already positioned in a place where I'm expecting them to be. And so here, we're going to do something that we've done in a ton of videos, and we'll continue to see in this video later on. we're going to disengage the fight. Again, one of the big three decisions: ability,
You can go
heal,
long way or
or
short, what do you think?
evade. In this case, we are 2 players going against 2 full trios, essentially, and we were the people that were in the middle sandwiched. So we're going to take the evade, and we're going to not, totally evade and leave the fight, leave our teammate for death. We're actually going to just soft reset the fight
Behind us
and
this
do
way.
a soft rotate back around the other teammates, so we can come back at a different angle where they're not expecting us to be, so that we may get free information, free damage, and hopefully a free down.
See them still?
But again, we can see that they're still kind of scouting, obviously up on the roof, so this isn't an effective kind of engagement point. We're going to continue to rotate it. We're going to continue to push the envelope and see how really close that they're going to allow us to get.
Okay, we have cover here now.
But again, this is one of those clips where there's more than one wrench that gets thrown in your plan. So here we're in a great position. We're effectively, again, encircling the scenario, grabbing all information that we can before we make any sort of concerted decisions or commitments. You can see we're kind of just playing tags here, just seeing what kind of damage they get, just kind of feeling out what kind of players they are. How fast do they get back into the cover? And here we go. Another wrench in the game plan. We did all that effort to evade the fight, come back, and come to a different position where we thought that there wouldn't be people. But again, whether this is one of the 2 original teams or even another team that's coming after hearing all 3 of us teams fighting, we get shot in the back again. But what are we going to do? We're instantly going to see where did the shots come from, where's the sound, where's the damage coming from, flick over, and we're going to put instant shots on target.
Got him? Okay.
Knowing that we are effectively in the sandwich position again between 2 enemy teams, I'm going to take this advantage and push it as fast as I can.
Aye.
And so we're going to take 2 down, make sure he's not self-resin, and then we're going to follow Delta and he's going to take down the last one. And we effectively just wiped a full trio that had the advantage and the height and the surprise on us. We were able to, by kind of just being aware of those audio cues, your surroundings, and just kind of focusing in the moment, knowing that you're about to kind of sneak around and fight a different team, we were already ready to take a fight, even though they got the surprise on us. And so you can see, we won a 2v3 just by being prepared as much as possible for when you're surprised. And then, with that being said, we're able to get their loot and make the decision to either, if we have a lot of loot, maybe just leave and get our rank up, or we can use that loot to fight the next team in the original team that took down our teammate. And so just making those decisions and changing it up is going to allow you to continue the game. So here I get shot. We're on perimeter, just a regular match. We're doing a couple key runs here. I get shot from some absolute random position under this. I know you can only get one way in and out through the actual kind of truck.
Oh, there's a blue bottom.
And so this team was kind of camping in this POI. We're all split. We didn't really expect them to be here. And so I'm trying to make sure, hearing footsteps, I'm trying to make sure I don't get pushed in the back. And then I get obviously hit by the AI, so I'm going to get to a position where the AI doesn't see me, so they no longer have that audio cue to show where I am. They don't see, obviously, the AI shots going towards my position, so they don't have an easy shot on me or prediction on my moves. But I'm going to disengage. I'm going to think to go over and try to re-engage that fight, but I'm going to say, hey, let's do the smart thing and help our teammate out. Maybe either try to get a res or try to get another elimination so we can have the advantage and start working on that res. So again, we're not on the body, we're not looting it, we're not trying to revive it immediately. We're kind of getting as much information as we can, looking around, checking out the POI. But of course, nothing is ever 100%. You can do your absolute best and still get surprised like that. So he gets taken down again, teammate gets tagged.
He's absolute, dude.
I'm going to instantly, having the long-range weapon, be putting eyes on the longer sight line to prevent him reshooting. This kind of hold allows us to maybe get a revive on Delta, or just allows my other teammate that is up to get heals, so we can effectively take this fight and try to win it as a two-stack.
Behind us.
Great audio cues. He's listening, and so am I. And so we take down the person trying to make the play on us, and because of that, the duress of his teammate makes his other teammate on top come out and try to help. He's probably like, the teammate who we took down first is probably like, I got damage on them. You gotta peek. You gotta peek. And so those kind of bad comms as well will bait your teammates out into death. So you want to be very sure about the kind of damage that you've done to people before really telling your teammates to commit or be aggressive on something. Just because, like you saw there, the person really only got a couple pieces of damage on my teammate and we instantly took him down. But that was enough for that other teammate to feel like, hey, let me go out and take a peek. And meanwhile, I've been holding that long shot or that long sight line with the long shot the whole time. So here we're in solos, we're in perimeter. We hear birds, and we also hear a turret trigger. Now we're going to hear the turret shoot. What are we gaining from this information? The turret, it might be glitched shooting at nothing, but we can ascertain what direction this turret is looking in. So we know generally where the person is or the entity is that targeted this, or triggered this, I should say. And so we're going to try to get a little bit of a look to see where he's running. I'm going to do the extra thing and the careful thing. Make sure that he didn't get past me or is really running fast. So I'm going to kind of clear my bases. And again, encircle the unknown. I know that behind me is clear now. And so I'm going to ascertain that because of his position and the positioning of the turret, he's probably trying to go through the data wall, or he's going to just start running towards station. So I'm going to just start to clear those possibilities out one at a time. And so the closest one, obviously, is going to be checking out the data wall. And of course, our prediction was correct. We can hear the steps, we can hear him looting, and we're just going to easily take it down. So using those audio cues, those context clues of environmental things like AI and turrets to determine where your enemies are, where they're heading, what their intentions are, and use that information to outplay them, surprise them, meet them where they're going. And it doesn't even have to be as short of kind of a flank as that. You can, if you know that they're going to maybe station or south relay, you can go all the way down towards the south of the map and meet them there. Just always popping out where someone is not expecting or they think is clear is always going to give you the clearest advantage. So here we're on Outpost again, ranked. We're looking to get out. This is something, this is kind of like a showcase of a few deadly mistakes where we could have absolutely lost this run off of some boneheaded stuff. So
That's heading flank control.
we just got done killing the AIs for the guarded exfil.
Camo filter engaged.
You can see that there's a tad quite close, so people are coming in. And you might say, hey, look at this person. You're not even aiming at them. This is an issue where you can kind of try to check the boxes off and say that you're doing the right thing in terms of like, hey, I'm looking out, I'm watching, I'm observing. But are you really watching when you're observing? I'm kind of taking in, seeing if there's anyone on the roof line or anyone trying to snipe us from long range. But with that, I'm almost tunnel visioning, and I don't even see this person. Maybe that they're kind of moving like an AI or they're kind of colored in the same way. But I don't see this person until the very last second, and so I could have absolutely sold this for our entire team. So we finally recognize it. Everyone gets aware. We're putting out shots.
Let me pick it, I'm ulting.
Everyone's engaging separate targets, different sight lines. We take big damage. I'm going to take the ability. Everything's chaos. People are rushing in. But I take that moment of clarity to use my ability, make sure that I'd make one of the big three decisions. Again, we did it. We used the ability. We used the heal. And then we consider, are we evading or are we taking this down? We have some damage, and so being that they're right on us, we really don't have any other choice but to take this 50-50 to the best of our ability. And so I'm going to take those heals, and then I'm going to kind of play my smoke, my audio cues, and try to get a grip on the situation, a chaotic situation. So we're preventing self-reses. And this is important. Listen to the comms here. We think that everybody is down, but you need to be prepared for the unexpected to happen. You were just in a firefight. You just fought AI back and forth with gunfire. And you have the exfil going off, alerting everyone on the map. You have more than 2 indicators to tell you that, hey, anyone on the map that's looking to be aggressive is going to come here right now. And so you need to be ready. Even when you think that the fight is over, you need to be ready to kind of abandon that res and get right back into the combat kind of train of thought. So you can see here, two teammates say that everything's done, but then there isn't. Immediately, we're hopping off the res and we take a split push. One teammate goes this way, one teammate, in terms of me, goes this way. Teammate ends up going down. I think that it's an easy kill. And here, another wrench thrown in my
Southwest,
kind of
southwest, you good?
game plan.
He's gonna
I'm
finish
tunnel
main.
vision and I don't even see the hole in front of
But
me.
he's
But what are
weak.
we gonna do? We know that it's a damaged single player, so what we're gonna do is we are going to jump up and not jump right towards them where they can absolutely just laser me with no cover. I'm gonna take the kind of ratty right side flank. Even though it's very quick and I am somewhat exposed, my hitbox is being protected by this box, tall completely by this box, completely by this box, and you're gonna see how I rat along it very close to it and I'm sliding, I'm crouching. My hitbox is never easily accessible to this person, ensuring that is an easy finish
There you go. Good
and no
shit.
further wrenches come into our exfil here. So yeah, that was just a couple of clips for your guys' insights, combat insights, usual stuff. I can't wait to get some more videos out. I've been a little bit slow recently. I've just had some stuff going on in terms of some sickness and some work stuff. But I can't wait to get pumping out the content this weekend. Hopefully we're going to get some more cryo runs in. But yeah, thank you guys again so much for your support. It's so appreciated, more than you guys know. Come by, stop by the Marathon Masterclass Discord, link in the bio and in the description. I'm always saying hi to people, chatting, interacting, reviewing clips, and giving insights on the game in general. So thank you guys again. I hope you have a great weekend, and take care.